I froze when my phone lit up again with a doorbell alert. Another delivery, gone. I opened the footage expecting the usual glitch or a courier mistake, but instead there she was, Sophia Wilson, HOA president, self-appointed ruler of Maplewood Estates. She strutted up my porch in her signature pink blazer like the place belonged to her. She glanced left, then right. Then without a flicker of hesitation, she bent down, lifted my package, and walked away wearing a smile that practically dared me to stop her. That made 4 times this month. My daughter's Christmas present, my prescription medication, a set of tools I needed for work, all vanished. But this time something was different. I wasn't just furious anymore, I was thinking, calculating. Sophia believed her HOA title made her untouchable, that she could bend rules, rewrite reality, and walk away clean. She was wrong. Because very soon, Sophia Wilson was going to learn what happens when you steal from a man who stops asking permission and starts planning consequences, one die pack at a time. Before we get into it, tell me where you're watching from and what time it is there. And make sure you're subscribed, because this HOA revenge story only gets darker from here. I moved into Maplewood Estates 6 months after my divorce. I wanted quiet, order, neatly trimmed lawns, white fences, the kind of neighborhood you see in real estate brochures where nothing ever goes wrong. I told myself this would be a clean reset for my daughter and me. At first, it was perfect. Morning coffee on the porch, the elderly man 2 houses down waving while watering his azaleas, a mailbox finally big enough for all the junk mail I'd ignored for years. Then the packages started disappearing. The first one, I blamed the courier. A small box with a knitted scarf for my daughter's birthday never made it past delivery. Lost shipment, I muttered, annoying but fine. The replacement vanished too. That's when suspicion crept in. By the time my prescription meds failed to arrive, politeness cracked. I didn't want to accuse anyone, I didn't want drama, but I wasn't about to leave pills and presents on my porch for whoever felt entitled enough to take them. So I installed a doorbell camera, cheap, bulky, ugly, but it watched everything without blinking. The footage from the very first morning sat on my phone like a loaded weapon. I watched it once, hoping my brain would explain it away, then again, and suddenly everything made sense. Sophia approached my porch like she'd practiced it. Blonde hair pulled tight in a ponytail that couldn't hide the ears, that pink blazer that screamed authority and entitlement. She scanned the street like she expected applause, not witnesses. Then she picked up the box with the ease of someone who'd done it before and tucked it under her arm like she was rescuing lost property instead of stealing. I replayed it 8 times. First came disbelief. The HOA president, the woman who ran meetings, hosted barbecues, and signed off on permits, stealing packages. Then anger, sharp and immediate. Then realization. This wasn't random, it was routine. She lived 3 houses down, drove a spotless white SUV, always out late morning between 10 and 11 when I was at work and most neighbors were gone. Medium-sized boxes were her favorite, big enough to be interesting, small enough to carry casually. I showed the footage to George across the street, retired cop, bad knee, vegetable garden. He watched quietly. "That's her," he finally said. "So?" I asked. He sighed. "You sure you want to fight her? She runs this place." "I just want my stuff back." Mrs. Chen confirmed it next. 90 years old, lavender in her yard. She whispered that her grandson's birthday gift had disappeared. When she asked Sophia about it, the response was ice-cold professionalism. "If your package is missing, file a report." So I did. The police were polite, detached, non-committal. Without recovered property or undeniable proof of intent, they called it a civil matter. Meanwhile, Sophia escalated. Violation notices appeared on my door, mailbox finish, grass height, trash bin visibility, every citation stamped with her signature like a personal threat. The Facebook group buzzed quietly, blurry photos, vague accusations, no names. Everyone was scared. At the next HOA meeting, I confronted her, calm, direct, phone on the table. She smiled for the room. "I was safeguarding misplaced parcels," she said sweetly. "As HOA president, I'm authorized." No one spoke up. More violations followed. That night, Mrs. Chen messaged me. She took my granddaughter's gift. I was afraid to say anything. That's when I stopped waiting. I gathered everything: videos, logs, receipts, USB drive. Police shrugged again. Her husband was a lawyer. Harassment was already being whispered. Sophia smiled at me from her SUV like she'd won. That night, sitting in the dark, I understood something. She wasn't just stealing packages, she was stealing fairness, control disguised as community. And then I found the answer. Dye packs. Not glitter, not stink spray, something permanent, something symbolic, something that couldn't be washed away. My old college roommate, now a security engineer, walked me through it, not bank grade but close enough. That weekend my garage became a lab. The first test failed, purple everywhere, including my arm. The second worked better. The third was perfect. I hollowed out a hardcover book, reinforced the capsule, built a pressure trigger that only activated when lifted. And I waited. Because cameras don't blink. And entitlement always slips.